Ready? Say from
From
the hollers
hollers
and hills
and hills
of West
Virginia.
Yeah, it's heavenly
Hamlin
hills
Hills,
homestead
Homestead,
with another
Hopsy,
stay.
Tune.
All right, high five. Good girl. Okay, guys, let's go take a look at it. Also this morning, not looked at blowhole for a couple days. We'll take a look at her as well. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I'm gonna get this cleared out again today. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Let's just see if we can. Need the cutters out here to cut that vine. Anyhow, I have to clear all this out again. She's looking good. She's looking really good. Growing good. Growing really good. Growing superb. Probably 300. Probably close to, very close to 3, I'd say now. So, looking all right. We'll go back here and take a look at blowhole real quick. We ain't looked at her for a few days. So, she's getting up there. She's getting to be chunky. She's probably pushing close to 3. So, let's go on back here and take a look at her. All right, guys, here's blowhole. Blowhole's looking good. Looking good. Looking good, looking good. Everything here looks a-okay. Yep. Okay, yeah, looks good. This could do a little bit better right here. Clean this up some. Come in here, cut this old stump off. And clean it up a little bit there. But yeah, the vine looks great. How big that's what you want. That vine looks. This vine is really the best looking vine of all of them. Anyhow, all right, we got that looked at now. Let's go on to the next. Yeah, she looks good. Man, she sounds rock solid up in there. See the difference? Nothing up here. And then hollow. So we're good. She sounds really good up there. If that other pumpkin will do that, should break 5 on that one up there pretty easy. So, all right, on to the next. Back here, see what we got. Going on with this one. She's getting to be pretty big, guys. She is swelling up. Super size, I'd say. Really need to pull her forward, but got nowhere to pull her to. And considering all the issues we've had, oh, she looks wonderful today. Much better. Much better. See all the way through her. Much better. Oh, yeah. Looks great. Looks great compared to yesterday. See how that secondary's sitting on there and that kink right there in that vine. Should pull it forward. Let me try this evening to pull it forward some. So we'll see. We'll see what we can do this evening, but she's looking a lot better. Man, y'all hear that? No, there's no guessing on this. Like, she's solid. Y'all hear? I mean, listen. That's no thud. It's a smack. I mean, not that you tell, but man, beautiful pumpkin. All right, guys, let's go on to our behemoth. That's my fault. All these leaves here are my fault. Where I put that up there, it was too much pressure. Put holes in the leaves. They all fall out. I'm not walking through there no more. I'm not going to cut none of them leaves off anymore. I'm just going to let them all fill in, do their thing, whatever they do. Cut the bad ones out, but that was my fault. All these, see how they're tore up real bad? The spraying tore them up real bad. It's almost like hail damage on them, but whatever. Anyhow, I took a bunch of them out. You can see them right there, okay? Just wild ones that we didn't see. And I went in there and found them. This one here I'm gonna leave on. I'm gonna leave that one on for a porch pumpkin. Got a really nice long stem. It's on a good looking secondary. I'm just gonna leave it on. Let it do its thing, just to have another porch pumpkin out here. Probably can get it to 200 pounds, I would say, more than likely. So this one down here is probably pretty close to being done. So let's go in here and take a look at these. Let's see what we got. You can see see how much is filling in down here. This will all be filled back in off of this plant in probably a week or so, week and a half. They keep growing like they are. This one here, it's all died back. See how it's all dying back? And since I took the tarp off, it's dying out. But you look at all this new green growth that it's got coming up in here, all the light green versus the dark green. So some of this got to go though. Anyhow, let's take a look at this, make sure she ain't got no issues. Blossom looks good. She's a pretty pumpkin. Love those white markings on her. She's a real pretty pumpkin. Looks good. I don't know that she's growing anymore, but she's looking good. What we got back here on the stem? Looks good back here on the stem. Oh yeah. Looking good. I want to get in here and spray right there. Right there. Bad spot. See it? I just get a fan. I've been meaning to get a fan. I have to buy a fan today and get on that. So let's take a look at this one. Quick on the back here. Looks good. Don't see no issues. Looks fairly good there. Let's pull the sheet off and see what she's looking like. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you, she's really. Yesterday, y'all couldn't tell. I want y'all to look how deep that is. See, there's my. I didn't do very good work camera work yesterday, but I need to cut these out. Right there. Cut them out of there. As you can see, that those are some very, very wide and very, very deep ribs on her. And they sound good. Look right here. Big, deep ribs again. They're just getting bigger and deeper every day. She's still a light colored pumpkin. So, see, like this one right here, look how big this rib is right here. You see it? This is how I look at it. like that. It starts right there and it goes all the way over. See, it's a rib right there. It's a huge rib too. That's the one I try to measure on. They're even getting wide up in here. See how they're getting wide and thick and deep up in there, and that nose is coming on down. And the nose, see the nose? This is the nose, what I call the nose of her. Coming on down, pushing on that blossom. The blossom on this pumpkin looks fantastic. I mean, it's just, I don't have any worries with this one at all. Like, those big face ones like that one over there, it's got that real big face opened up on that blossom. I worry about those, but this here is a tight 3-lobe blossom, and she's been a magnificent pumpkin. I was asked yesterday if I was going to take any of these to a weigh off. I would like to. See all these knots she's getting on her? All these pop. I mean, she's just real knotty. Those are all coming up just out of nowhere. You know, she's getting real knotty and just knotting up everywhere. And then those knots will smooth. They end up smoothing out, and then they get knotty again, and then they smooth back out again. So she's super baby soft right here. Baby soft. I mean, she's cantalouped everywhere else, but she's been such a good pumpkin, and she's doing so good, growing so good. I'm very happy with this one. And them right there, they just got big. They just blowed up on that. You can see even over here they're getting big. She would have been she sounds good. So, all right, guys. So there's the pumpkins for today. Now let's go get it. Okay, so my little boy breeds these lovebirds, and this is a baby. It's roughly a month old now. So we're going to take it over to the neighbors. They love birds. They have parrots and other birds and stuff. They don't have any lovebirds, so we're going to take them one of these over there. They're the same place we're going to get the goat from, and I'm working up a deal with them that you know, buy their female goat, and maybe, you know, her kids this winter. So anyways, just gonna take us over to them and let them have this one, because there's gonna be a bunch more in there, and I don't really feel like going and selling these. I think you can sell these at a pet store for like $75 or $100, something like that, but it's just one of them, so it's just, you know, no sense in driving that far for one whenever we can, whenever she has a bigger clutch of eggs and stuff and hatches them out, we might do that. So anyways, I'm gonna take us over to the neighbors, and out we come. Didn't look like it's gonna rain all day. Don't know if it will or not. Gonna pick up my mess out here and do some other stuff. So let's get to it. And in here was tidying up some, getting some of these fresher butternuts cut off, cutting some of these old tomatoes back. This one here is quick growing and ripe. This one here is quick growing and ripe. Got that one there that is growing. A few more over in all that mess. So we're going to take these two in and see if they're any good. So let's do it. It's a pretty heavy watermelon right there. I don't know how big it is, but it's pretty heavy. We'll weigh it. And right there's pretty dense as well, but they're definitely ripe, or sound very ripe. So let's go take a look at what we got. Seems to be the issue here. What do we got going on here? That's a peach. Here's my peach tree. There's one of my, that's a peach seed. Oh, there's another peach seed. These were on the ground for some reason. Don't know why. Looked like it was trying to grow and do good. And the rest of them like that. Where did them fall from? Let's count them. 1. Them are hard as rock still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it's been these right here. Yep, right there. 13 and 14 was there somewhere. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 is all we got left. Hope those don't do that. They feel firm still yet, so hopefully they won't do that, what that done. So I'll take the seeds and keep them anyhow, in case they're any count. All right, yes, 45.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, I'm telling y'all guys, it's a big watermelon. He said 45, put it on there. I'm gonna say 35, but it's probably more.
Closer.
32.13, almost 33 pounds. It's a good watermelon. All right, Chris, that's my 64 square foot watermelon. 32, well, that's 32.11, I guess. All right, 32 pounds, 11 ounces. So I'm probably blown out of the water, but anyhow, that was my generic 180 pound cross. I got this one right here we'll weigh next. So let's get.
I don't know, I don't have one.
You don't have 28. I said 25, so 21. I'm telling y'all, man, that 180 pound cross, guys, they did pretty good just for what they are. All right, so we're gonna open them up. So we got a 32 pounder and a 21 pounder so far, and that's with a bunch of watermelons growing on the vines, because I never had time to get them to where there was only one. I tried, but I didn't get to it. So anyways, we're gonna open up and see if they're any good to eat. Yeah, well, it looks nice. Oh, we missed the mark.
Trickery.
Dag blame it.
Looks good on the one side.
It did look awesome. I mean, it sounds good, and they were plenty dead. I don't know, I bet that's good anyhow. It's just where it was sitting shaded. They didn't have no sun. Cut out there. Smells good. I got, yeah, you're gonna have to pick it off because I got stuff on my hands. My hands are dirty. That's right.
Good.
Yeah, that was real good. Just, it didn't get right because it wasn't sitting in the sun right. I wonder if we leave that one out sitting in the sun if it'll finish. They sounded hollow, like they were going to be dead, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Them seeds are good too. I'll keep them seeds out of there. All right. I want to open this one, but it was really in the shade. It didn't have any sunlight at all. So we Googled, it says watermelons do not ripen like other fruit once off of the vine. They don't change much. So we're gonna go. We Googled it, and we're gonna go ahead and pick it and see.
Even if you go by the spot on the bottom.
If you go by the spot on the bottom, and if you went by the tendril, and if you go by the thump, you know, I went by all three, and I still got a watermelon that's half ripe. That's good watermelon too, guys. We're gonna eat it, so don't think we're not. We just wanted to see if this one's a little bit. Nope. This one's nowhere near it. I told you
it's a big hollow spot in the middle.
Yeah, I know. It's from where it was sitting. That's where they grow funky, because they're a cross, that 180-pound cross. They don't want them air pockets in them when they grow them, because that's void. They want them filled up.
Yeah.
So, well, anyhow, we got seeds. So if you need 180-pound cross seeds, let me know, and we'll see what we can do about getting you some. They'll grow really good, guys. I got plenty more melons out there. I just didn't have the space to grow them, and I didn't have the time to put into them this year like I should have. So, but these will grow you some nice watermelons without even trying. There's probably several of these size right here that the 33 pounds were. So cut me a piece off here. I'll try it anyhow. I don't care if it's ripe or not. I'll try a piece of it, see what it tastes like. I think it had to do with it setting where it wasn't in the sun. I don't see nothing wrong with it. It tastes like a watermelon. Try it. Or I eat that all day.
You get a tummy ache.
I don't think you will.
Solid on the inside.
Huh?
A little solid.
Is it?
Yeah, it's weird.
Tastes like it, don't it?
It's like a cucumber.
Tastes like a white watermelon is what it tastes. Look how watery it is.
Oops. That one's a little bitter, I think.
You think that one is? I thought it was all right.
I don't think it was quite.
Yeah, hog feed, I guess, but not that one.
No,
Give me that one. Or the Stone Mountains. Stone Mountain watermelons are finally done. So sadly, that's the only one we got left because the vines all died on me. So that sucks. There's plenty more of these 180-pound crosses, which I'll just leave on the vines until I'm ready to do away with them. The vine completely died on this. That's why I picked it. You can tell that the seeds are fully mature because they're black tipped. So good to go on this one. Let's watch a master at his trade, doing what he loves to do, destroy watermelon. You got some up there, Wilbur? Wilbur, come on, look here. Come on, Wilbur, look here. You got some. Come on, Wilbur. Goofball. I dropped yours right at your feet. Oh, Chili Mac loves his watermelons, eh? This is gonna be a watermelon patch next year. He's gonna poop out all them watermelon seeds, and it's gonna grow, 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 grow. Loves watermelon. Don't slap your jaws now, son. Don't slap your jaws. There's plenty of time to eat. You ain't got to smack them. While I'm down here with the pruners, see what we're going on here. Hey, I'll cut that one off. Yeah. That one off. There we go. There. There we go. This one. There we go. Got that one. There we go. Where'd all them babies go? This thing had like 5 or 6 babies. What happened to all of them? Only got 3 that lived. That's crazy. had 3 out of 5 live. The other one's died. This one's doing pretty good though. Look at him. Looks real good, healthy. It's finally trying to grow, but it's too late in the year to try. So, whatever. Wasn't nothing but old shade banana tree anyhow. Waste of dag blame money. Did not mean to buy that at all. Wanted to get a real banana tree. Anyhow, watermelon pretty good there, Chili Mac. Looks like you're enjoying it. Go get some Wilbur, another piece there. There's plenty of it. Okay, so I think I found the problem to the beans. Whatever these little things are, is killing them. Come on, focus in there. Some kind of some animal, it appears to be. See like little legs and stuff there. I don't want to touch it. You can see the leaves are covered in them.
Let me see one. They look like some
No idea what those are.
those hitchhikers or?
No, I don't know what they are, but they're moving. See that one there? It's moving. And
I think it's some kind of beetle of sorts.
that's what's killed. That is what has attacked these and killed them. Well, I guess I can see that now. Look, every leaf has been stripped. I didn't even notice that. Well, we got to spray. I don't know that any of them will come back, but we'll spray it before they get on some other plants over here. That's bad. Goodness. Get in focus. That's bad, bad. Look at all the leaves they've ate off. I didn't pay no attention to that. Anything on
They're trying
here?
to start on that one.
Yep, right there. Look here. They're on this one now. Yeah, we gotta spray these. Spray, spray, spray. Okay.
Good grief.
Man, look up there. Tons of them up there. Yeah, they gotta get sprayed. I don't know what that is. That's some kind of an infestation. What is that, sissy?
Give me another one.
Beanie weenies. Broccoli noodles. Broccoli and cheese noodles. And what's that corn?
Pickle corn. It tastes like.
Pickled corn? What it tastes like? You like it?
No.
You don't like it. Neither. Y'all both act like you don't like it, but both of y'all's cobs is picked clean almost.
I love this stuff.
I know you do.
It tastes like garlic.
Like garlic.
Yes.
Funny, it has no garlic in it.
Yes, it does.
What, boy? You're funny. All good? All right. Well, we got our bucket about full. There's the top of it. Guys, I want to talk to you about something. Now, I've been growing tomatoes since 2009. And my first year growing tomatoes, the only mistake that I made was I tried to do that Florida weave on them. Before I knew what Florida weave was, I tried to do that to them. And that was my only mistake. Had I did better and not done that and spaced the tomato plants out a little better, my tomato season would have been phenomenal that year. I've been raised around gardening my whole life. I've talked to everybody, you know, from dad to pawpaws to, you know, whoever had time to talk about gardening and growing. I've learned a lot. I know a good bit. I've got books, and what books I don't have, I go online, I read, I study. I try to learn as much as I can about gardening and about growing. Not just giant stuff, but just gardening in general. I've had successes about everything I've grown. Very few things have I not been successful at. Case in point, right here beside me are eggplants that I planted that did not look like they was going to grow at all. The squash that was in here covered it for over 3/4 of the summer. And I came in here, squash had died. I trimmed all the squash back and then ended up pulling it up this past week. But anyhow, look at these eggplants. And I've got eggplants ripening up on here. And they're all over here. Some of them was that big and stayed that big majority of the summer. They're back here. Now, I'm not bragging, I'm not patting myself on the back. I want to talk to you about something that I think something is going on. Something ain't right. Something is amiss. Something's ran afoul, and it just has never been like this since I've been growing since 2009. My tomatoes, back to them. They're nightshade. About everything I grow in the garden is nightshade. The huckleberries are nightshade. The tomatoes are nightshade. The peppers are nightshade. These eggplants are nightshade. All right? I mean, just about everything in here is nightshade. It's a garden full of nightshade, but it's all useful. You can make stuff out of every bit of it or eat it. The only thing that ain't is the squashes. And the pumpkins and some of the other things that y'all know, the cucumbers and stuff. Usually my biggest thing that I have a problem with is cucumbers, and it's from pest pressure. That usually I get about half a summer for cucumbers, and then after that, the pest pressure becomes too much, and nothing I spray on them works. Nothing organic, nothing I do. I've sprayed lavender, I've sprayed peppermint, I've sprayed eucalyptus, I've sprayed peroxide, I've sprayed neem oil, not the junk you buy at the store, but the expensive cold press stuff. I've done it. If you can think of it, I've done it to try to keep the pest pressure off of my cucumbers. This year, no pest pressure on cucumbers. They just, for some reason, fell off. No, they just, it's like they finished up their year. And they were bush varieties. So maybe they did finish up. They put on really quick, really fast, and an abundance of it, and then they just died. I don't know. The other part of me thinks it had to do a little bit with the watering. Maybe I didn't water it quite enough, and that was something, because I did find that when I pulled them up, there was a lot of ground roots, okay, and they were really big ground roots, but they're underneath this, so they didn't have to dig deep to find water. They just had to sit here on top. And maybe because they done that, the heat got to them and killed them. Okay, maybe the heating up the roots because the roots wasn't in the ground and killed them. Anyways, I never have a problem out of my tomatoes. It's always cucumbers. Always ends up being the cucumber that gets me. This year it was tomatoes. Earlier in the year, I was watching Deep South Homestead, and Danny said that every time it rained, he was having a different heirloom variety die. He said it would rain and he'd go out there and another variety was dead a day or two later. Okay, you go to Deep South Homestead, check out what Danny says, and he said some of the ones that were were able to withstand it a little bit better were like the Celebrity and the Celebrity Plus. But then even then, they started to become sick with whatever it was within the rain. Now, I don't really believe in acid rain, and I'll be honest with you, climate change to me is something that happens organically. I don't think we as humans sway it that much one way or the other. I think it's going to happen organically. Do we have some control over it? small amount, I would think. Not a whole lot. I tend to think that it's going to be hot and it's going to be cold, just due to whatever Mother Earth wants to do. Okay, and but I do believe in several things. I do believe that government can do some things, and if you ever looked up the HARP, H-A-R-P, I think A-R-P, yeah, A-A-R-P, something like, not the thing you're thinking of, but not the insurance or whatever that crap is for the old people. But anyhow, nevertheless, go look it up. Just type in HARP government. That's all you gotta do. You'll find it. Where they control the weather and stuff. And there's actual documentations of the government that's, Anyways, Danny seemed to think that, from Deep South Homestead, Danny seemed to think that it was something within the rain. And that the government was releasing things in the rain. I go down through here and I look at my plants. All of them are heirloom varieties. All of them are rare heirloom varieties, okay? Some of them were thought to be extinct, okay? Now, there's one in here that they thought was extinct for 107 years, and I'm thankful, very thankful, but it's done tremendously well. You wouldn't know that it had ever had an issue at all, because it's not. I go down the line on some of these other ones, and they're some of them's dead. Some of them literally died, the whole stem down to the ground, dead. Nothing is alive. The tomatoes rot right there on the vine. I mean, they don't look right. Then the next day they look right. You go, you flip them over, and they're rotted all the way through. I mean, just weird things. My tomato plants looked immaculate at the beginning of the year. Go back to the beginning of the year when I planted these in the ground. You'll see they looked great. I mean, great. I inoculated them with mycorrhiza. I mean, they were booming. They had some of the biggest mega blooms you'd ever seen on homegrown tomatoes that wasn't being grown for competitions. I mean, I had one out here that looked like a sunflower head. Hand-pollinated a bunch of them myself. And then they started getting leaf curl. And I said, well, maybe I put just a touch too much fertilizer. I'll back off of it, won't give them none. For a little while. We'll wait till they get up there in size, and then I'll give them a little triple 20 and a little calcium nitrate, and all will be right in the world, right? It's not how it happened. It's not how it happened, guys. Then came the rains. And when it started raining, my stuff started to die. It started getting spots on it. Tried to fight the spots off with everything imaginable this year, guys. I tried the trimming them up, okay? Because I keep my tomato plants trimmed. You wouldn't know it in here, okay? Because once I knew that I was fighting a losing battle, I gave up. I gave up because it was fighting a losing battle. But I trimmed them up. I always keep them nice and trimmed and pretty and real fluffy up at the top. They're trimmed all the way on the bottom. You can see through the bottoms. All the way through, from side to side to side to side. And then I keep them fluffy on the top, and then keep once one gets so big and gets big ones on it, I cut it off and let it keep going and branching. And I got a technique. And I'll have to get those videos off of YouTube or off of Facebook from last year whenever I was posting, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Couldn't do it this year. Every time it rained, that was the end of it. I would have another plant fail and another plant fail. I'd trim off dead leaves to the point I couldn't trim no more leaves, because if I did, I'd be at the top of the plant and might as well just cut the plant. Never had that problem before. I sprayed the peroxides. I'd sprayed the neem oils. I sprayed the complete disease control from Monterey. I sprayed the Fungi Max and all that stuff that y'all seen me spray. Okay, I tried all kinds of different things. Nothing. So the only thing that I can think of, because everything in here is a nightshade, So if it was a nightshade disease problem, I should have issues elsewhere, because last year when I had some plants failing, okay, my peppers that were close to them also failed miserably, okay? They were my banana peppers. They were right beside the Park Swappers and there was the Goliath, okay? Both of them had disease problems, and all my peppers that were close by had the same disease issues. My peppers, you would never know that the pepper plants, that there was anything in this garden affecting anything if you looked at just pepper plants, because they're beautiful, loaded full of peppers, tons of blooms, tons of new growth. Look right over at the tomatoes, it's not the same story. And I think maybe, possibly, something is tomato specific coming out of the rain. Now you can say, oh, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. Oh, you're a whack job, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're this, you're that, whatever you want to say. I don't really care at this point. The point of the matter is tomato plants are dying when it rains. It's not just happening here, it's happening down south at Deep South Homestead, okay? Go check them out. Other people this year have had a horrible time with tomatoes in certain parts of the area, or certain parts of the country. Then you got other parts, fine, just fine. But they got a problem with pumpkins, or green beans, or this or that. It's weird. So anyhow, maybe it just happens. Maybe it's just naturally occurring that, oh, well, you got this. So we're going to try to fix it. I'm going to plant some, can't remember the name. It's a mustard. I'm going to plant some of it in here. I'll try to remember to put it in the video, the name of the mustard. But anyhow, I'm going to, this fall, plant it in the garden. And whenever it blooms, I'm going to till it into the ground. And it is a fumigator for your ground. It'll kill everything that's bad in it. Okay. So we're going to plant that just to see if it helps. Next year I'll plant on this side of the garden. I'll plant my peppers, and I'll plant all my tomatoes on that side. And I'll plant the corn over here. And I'll plant corn and peppers over here, and I'll plant tomatoes over there. And we'll see if that changes anything. I don't think it will. If what happened this year happens next year, things will be the same old, same old. So, it's just hard to tell. But at any rate, I just wanted to share that with you. I thought maybe y'all might get some interest out of it, knowing what I'm finding, what I'm seeing, what other people in the country are seeing and finding with theirs as well. And maybe you guys have seen it. Maybe you guys have noticed it. It's just very odd, because it's like it picks certain ones and it just hammers them and hammers them and hammers them until they're just done. And it's very, very odd. And I'm not going to go into specifics. Might make a video on the specifics of that. I'd like to talk to some other people before I did that, on what their varieties were, what the genealogy of that was, and everything before I go. But I know, talking to my neighbors and looking at some other people's stuff, and we all have relatable things. Relatable. Especially if they are of a striped variety, say a Versace, or a more tiger, or a bumblebee, or a Napa Valley champagne, or a cranberry, a sweet cranberry, or a golden delight, or some of the more bigger ones like the Abe Lincolns and those, the Kentucky orange beefsteak. Out of 30 different varieties of tomatoes in here, 4 to 5 plants of 30 different varieties of tomatoes, and I'm only pulling a very little amount out of here. So anyways, we got the green beans sprayed off. We got them taken care of with spinoside. I'll give them a shot of 7 in the morning, and hopefully that'll cure whatever it is that's ailing them with them little bugs. If you know what those bugs are, let me know. I'd like to know what them are. And I've never seen any devil from hell like that in my garden, and I'd kind of like to know what in the world that little booger is. So anyways, we've got that addressed, and like I said, we'll spray 7 tomorrow. I'm going to replant my greasy grits. What I'm going to do with those greasy grit green beans from this haul is I'm gonna dry them all out, and then I'm going to put the dry bean up, because the greasy grit was a 2-purpose bean. You could either eat the green bean and the bean inside of it, you know, or you could dry it and then use it as a dry bean in soups and things of that nature. So the first haul I'm going to haul out of here, I'll dry them all out, and then I'll put them up that way and use them in soups and things. But the next haul, if I can get a haul out of them, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to plant them in with the corn, okay, and see if I can't get me a nice little haul out of there. Corn should give them some protection in case, you know, frost or whatever might try to get to them. But we're just going to do our best to see if we can get them in, see if we can get them done. It might be a little bit too late for them, but you know, hey, we got plenty of them to try it out, so we'll try that. I do already have my next batch of my purple teepees coming on and up, and they're already starting to do their little blooming thing, so that's exciting. Corn's up already. Carrots is planting in this corn over here in this part of the garden. So yeah, we're going to take care of all that tomorrow. Hopefully I can get out here, get tilled in, get corn planted, get beans planted, and finish up my sugar snaps. So we got several sugar snaps that we got left that we need to plant, and I'm hoping I can get them in the ground tomorrow as well. So tomorrow should be planting day. Pumpkins look good. I'll try to get you a measurement tomorrow. Today's Friday, tomorrow's Saturday, so try to get you a measurement tomorrow on them and see where we're at for the week. Again, I was asked if I was going to go to some weigh-offs. Don't know. I thought for 1 second that I might be able to slide in there and get an award or top 20 within that weigh-off. I might do it. If I don't think I can, then we'll just put the pumpkins up for sale. Depending on what they end up doing, may start picking them up and out of here pretty soon and putting them up for sale. So anyhow, guys, we're gonna get off of here. I'll show you these tomatoes that we got and get off. There's all the tomatoes we got today. It's almost a 5-gallon bucket full, but usually I'm pulling multiple 5-gallon buckets full. So there's my next biggest butternut that we're going to try to go with and try to let it get us there. It's pretty long, so I'm going to pull this back like that, right there. I need to probably cut that. Yeah, here, let's tell you what, let's deadhead it. While y'all's on here, I'm going ahead. Do this right here. Now she's deadhead on the main. Main won't grow anymore. Maybe I can trick her to putting out the rest for growth. Maybe, just maybe, huh? What do you think? You think she'll grow now? Now that I deadheaded her? We can always hope, right? Always hope. Anyhow, guys, we appreciate you watching. We'll see you tomorrow right here in the hollers and hills of West Virginia.
Don't forget to smash that like button. Hit that notification bell. Don't forget to share.
Thank you, good sir.
You're welcome. And subscribe.